Co-leadership feels particularly important and applicable to rural action. Our history was about multiple community members and leaders coming together to create change, and it still is that today.
It's essentially, two or more people leading a big project or organization. I think it's a little less common to have this at the CEO level, but a number of people we spoke with have had years of co-leadership experience. Having complementary skill sets is really important. I think that's what we have here.
I also think that when people comment on co-leadership not working all the time, I often think about how solo leadership doesn't work all the time. So it's always about the right people in the role and how they work together and how they work with the teams that they're managing.
I think that's the first step, is empowering people to make the decisions that they have the expertise to make.
Yeah, no decision gets made in a silo. Otherwise, we're not doing our jobs the way that rural action was founded to be doing our jobs.
We're trying to carry forward the assets of the region, and I think the same is true of our approach here internally. So one of the other organizations that we know of that is implementing co-leadership is the Highlander School in the mountains of Tennessee, and some of our founding members and directors spent time at the Highlander Field School and trained with Miles Horton, and so they've been using this model for quite some time. Also, dipping into some of the research, one of the articles that I read recently determined that effective leadership teams outperform even effective individuals in every instance, in every category. It's just more encouragement that having the right team together really enables you to do wonderful things. One of the added opportunities associated with co-leadership is to have multiple perspectives and skill sets come to bear on a given project challenge. That really plays out with me and Bryn, bringing up very different backgrounds to this work, bringing different ways of thinking, and also being really open to each other's perspective on a given element of our work, I think really makes the whole leadership group richer, stronger, etc.
Joe and I have been working together for 3 years in our prior roles as Chief Operating Officer and Chief Program Officer, so where the lines are, and have continued to follow those. And I think as we've brought on new tasks and duties in the CEO role, it's about dividing as it makes sense for our work plans.
Sharing ownership of projects in the organization is really important to rural action, and always has been, as a grassroots community engagement organization.
We can both step up to the plate, but it's ultimately about every staff at Rural Action being a face of the organization and a representative to the public.